Hey guys, welcome to episode 24, aka Seth Jarvis's episode, because that's his number. This is Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
And today we're talking about, don't tell me, the Staal family.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I only know about Jordan, obviously, because he plays. And then one of them got their jersey retired. Eric.
Yeah.
It was very sweet.
It
I didn't even know that
sweet.
man, but I felt emotions. I teared up at points.
I did shed some tears, a couple.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
It was just very sweet, like having their kids and everything involved.
And like, oh God, it was just beautiful. So I'm very excited. All that to say, can't wait. First and foremost, NHL updates. This week's theme is fighting. So I'm not going to get into all 500 fights. You either saw it or you didn't. I will say my favorite one, though, was honestly the best one I saw was the Goodrow England, like the Sharks and Preds fight. That one was violent. I loved it. But the funniest one that I saw was the Sam Bennett.
I knew it was going to be the
funniest.
funniest.
And the, what was his name? Zadorov?
I have no idea.
It was the Bruins and Panthers game where, like, I don't know. He started the fight and then it was going poorly. Granted, the dude was way bigger than him and he had like one hand on him and like one hand on David Pastrnak, who's just existing as he's like slow falling to the ground. I thought it was hilarious.
Can I share my favorite fight?
Yes, please do.
The Superman one with the Maple Leaves. I don't even know who they were playing.
Simone Benoit. Was that it?
I have no idea, but I woke up to the clip of him, Superman punching the guy.
It was hysterical.
And I thought it was Matthew Nyes. I briefly watched it and then I scrolled and I was like, oh, that's Matthew Nyes. Duh.
You're like, that's a weird approach, but okay.
I guess
that's unique. Totally unique. One of a kind. Never been done before.
That's crazy.
Is this your first time? Are you new?
And then I'm scrolling on TikTok, obviously, and I come across an interview of Matthew Nyes post game. I don't even think it was that game.
I saw that where they asked him about it.
But I thought in my head, I was like, okay, well that was his maneuver. And I couldn't take him seriously. It genuinely changed. Genuinely changed. I was like, I can't look at you. Like, this is embarrassing.
It was just really funny.
I think you pointed out that wasn't Matthew Nyes.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, that makes it easier to, like, look him in the eye via my phone screen.
I'm like, babes, you got the wrong sport. This ain't a Marvel movie.
I was like, what?
But I love, he had a fresh take.
Didn't he get absolutely destroyed?
It didn't go very well. I'm not a judge. I'm not a ref. It's not for me to say who won the fight. He did look really cool popping his thumb back into place in the penalty box afterwards. No expression. Cold stone.
Yeah, that was brutal for me to watch.
I loved it.
I know you did.
Hardcore.
Because I was like, this is right up Lauren's alley.
Speaking of hard, it's really hard to see Brad in a Panthers uniform.
Oh
Brad Marchand, for those who don't know.
It is crazy to see.
It's really weird.
When that team is fully healthy,
I'm terrified. Lock the Hughes brothers up. They will get hurt.
I don't think that the Canes or the Devils play them again in the regular season.
Thank God.
I believe so. Don't quote me on it.
Quote her on it. Write it down.
But thank God for that.
Yeah, that's insane. Adam Vintelli, our sweet little teenager Libra, got his second hat trick.
I did see that.
It was against the Rangers where they annihilated them.
Yeah, that's honestly best case scenario.
Nothing brings a smile to my face quicker than seeing the Rangers lose. So I was thrilled.
Yeah.
The Penguins are finally winning games again. Good job, you guys. Keep going. We're so proud.
This just in.
Oh, gosh. No.
Oh, no, it's just me correcting myself. The Devils and the Canes don't play the Panthers again in the regular season.
Amazing.
But at the end of the month, the Habs do have a double header versus... Oh, they play them tomorrow as well. So
we might be watching it from our basement because there's a bunch of tornadoes that are coming through tonight and tomorrow. But we will be watching while we have internet. God dang it.
I will watch it on my phone. That's what cellular data's for.
Okay, let's talk about why the frick the Leaves are playing hard to get with Mitch Marner. Did you see his OT goal, his game-winning goal against Utah?
I heard it. I didn't watch much hockey this week. I just haven't.
That's fair.
I haven't had the mental strength to watch a hockey game. No, they need to sign him. I think that they're going to drag that out through the postseason. Truly, I think it'll be...
I don't like how they handled that.
I don't either.
But it's not my business. As long as they get him a contract he's happy with, that's fine. I just want the core four intact. Yeah. I don't really care what you have to do to make that happen for me.
And if he is getting sent somewhere else, Raleigh's a beautiful city.
Don't listen to Rantanen.
Don't listen to Rantanen.
What does he know anyways? Seth Jarvis loves it here.
Everybody else that plays for the Canes loves it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, and Marner's about to be a father. He needs a good place to settle down with his wife and his little kid. Raleigh.
Yeah.
Quinn Hughes is back.
He is.
Quinn on fire. And he is spicy.
Yeah.
He came back finally to play the Flames. And he, oh my God, he had like a lot of anger he needed to get out of his system, it felt.
The man is cracked. He is broken in more ways than one, and I think one is his psyche.
Well, like the one player, we're in the second period, which is when all of this happened that I'm about to talk about. But we're in the second period, and I'm pretty sure the Flames player, who I don't remember the name because it wasn't important, got a penalty called on him. And then turns around and tries to like charge at Quinn Hughes, which I was like, first of all,
not too much.
You have signed your death warrant in my book. I will never support you. Get out of my face.
Lauren is quite protective of
my players. Yes. Immediately know, have a bad night's rest, break out, and have indigestion. So like I didn't like that, and there was a bunch of like just yapping. No one actually fought because a ref got in between immediately, which thank you, because he is fragile. He's fresh from the factory. Please don't break him.
Fresh from the factory.
So then that happened immediately after Quinn assists with a goal. I think DeBrusque got it. I think so.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he got it, and then Anderson, whoever this dude is from the Flames, starts talking shit to Quinn Hughes as he's like skating to his wives, aka Brock Bozier and Elias Pettersson. So like Elias is like, Quinn is like chirping back. He is not, there's no emotion on this man's face. It's actually terrifying sometimes. And Elias is like one hand on front protecting him. Brock's on the side. They're ready to protect their wife. And then, nothing happens. Everyone goes to the benches, and Anderson's like yelling at Quinn from the bench. And Quinn does this Joker smile.
It was terrifying.
I was like, is he in his villain era? Because if so, let's freaking go.
I think he needs to fully enter a villain era. Didn't he do
it was
like 29 minutes?
29 minutes. Time? Man came back. He said, easy mode. No. I'm on crash out mode. I'll fully send it.
We are actively watching this man crash out. It is true.
It's so warranted. Also, Elias Pettersson has finally scored again. You did it. You did it. We're so proud of you.
Which Elias Pettersson?
Quinn's Elias Pettersson.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
I know. It's fair.
So many Petterssons.
Welcome back. Also in that game. That game was like, it was just like a good meal for my soul.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
We were watching the Devils game last night, which they played the Oilers. This is a Friday.
And won.
This is a Friday, by the way, so if things are outdated, that's why it's fine. And every time I looked up, Nico Hischier was on the ice. Every freaking time. He did 23 minutes of ice time.
Quinn did 29.
Quinn's a defenseman.
Fair.
And
Valid.
Also in his own league.
Nico was out there the whole time.
I don't think you can compare people's ice time to Quinn's because he
shouldn't be doing that much.
He shouldn't be.
Babes, they hired defensemen. Take a break.
Yeah. For reference, he did 3 seconds less than Luke Hughes, who had the most as a defenseman.
Okay, Lukey. So, how much time did Luke have?
23:15.
Those are rookie numbers. Got to get them up.
Yeah, because that's worked really well for your brother.
Bro. Anyways. Oh my God. Dougie's out for the whole season to possibly playoff. We have lost Jack. We've lost Dougie. We did get Quinn back. So a win is a win, okay? I want an update on Gooley while we're talking about most injured. Yeah. I haven't heard anything about him since his initial injury.
I haven't either.
I'm going to deep dive on him. I'm sure there will be nothing.
I'm going to look while you continue their updates.
Linus Allmark, did you see his save? AKA the save of the year.
I have heard about it.
Did you watch it?
No, I was...
Let me reenact it for you.
Actively trying to go to sleep.
We are playing the Bruins. We're playing our old team, if you will.
Yeah.
And this man is on this side of the net, and he literally fully extends his body. Like, I don't even know. Like, I swear to God he took flight. It was crazy. Caught it. I don't know how he did that. He reminded everyone who he is.
They are so insanely flexible.
Yeah.
It is actually insane. The way they just, like, flail around, but with intention.
He, like, paused time to make that jump.
It is crazy.
Crazy to see.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up
insane
Gooley's injury and see where he's at.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about was Connor Bedard. Most importantly, I want to know what he said to this ref to get a 10-minute misconduct for abuse of the ref.
Insane. And maybe this is just me being naive, but I don't feel like you should be calling abusive an official unless there is, like, you lay hands on an official or you're, like, making death threats towards them.
I think I could make some more allowances than that, but I think that's fair. I think it's like a very extreme penalty.
It is a very extreme penalty, and I've gone back and forth on this because I watched a bunch of the footage, and I didn't see where
he said
anything aggressive. Granted, I was just trying to read lips. So I don't know.
We need the, like, TikTok girl who reads the lips for the Royals and let us know what they say.
We do.
Because what did he say? He won't say what he said. He thought it wasn't a big deal. He was shocked as well.
I forgot.
In the heat of the moment, though, that's fair.
I also black out with rage on occasion.
But I'm also like Connor Bedard, what did he say?
But here's why I go back and forth, because the coach didn't look like he was arguing it at all with the ref.
But do you think the coach heard what was said? Or do you think he was, like, picking his battles?
I don't know.
He's a Blackhawks coach. In my
opinion, if your number one player is getting sent to the box for a 10-minute abuse of the official and you aren't arguing, even if you don't know what was said, especially if you don't know what was said, you're not asking for answers, like, okay,
I wouldn't like it. Rod would never do that to us. Shelton Keefe would never do that to us. Rick Tocchet would literally never. You're sending Quinn Hughes to the penalty box for a game misconduct.
And you know what?
Rick Tocchet's about to come over the damn bench. And so Keefe.
While we're talking about it, maybe that's why this team sucks right now. Because why is their coach not being into it more? Why
are you not standing with your man?
Why are you not standing up for your team? Is there no team bond here?
Do we not stand up for injustice anymore?
Like, it's fine. We need to
First
get him out.
First of all, you didn't get him any help during the draft deadline. You didn't do anything to help him. The trade deadline. Not a single help was brought.
Nothing.
You're not giving him... I just swear to God, I don't know who Connor Bedard pissed off in his last lifetime, but this just feels like cruel punishment.
It is.
It's such a waste of his talent.
It is such a waste of his talent. Of what could be his
talent.
And, like, people saying he's overrated... We don't even freaking
know.
Because his team is doing nothing. And they're doing nothing to help him out. They're not doing anything on ice.
I mean, they have started winning a couple games.
I actually didn't think that I felt this strongly about this until we're having this conversation.
The only leeway I can give the coach for not standing up for him or even, like, making a peep is because they're playing the Sharks. Like, those are my angels. Those are my babies. Like, I will defend them. But they've won less than 20 games this season.
Yeah.
But it's the principle of it. Either release what he said or nothing. That's the only thing. I want to know what he said.
I, like, felt so much rage just now.
It's just hard. It's just hard to watch.
It is
like
hard.
every time I see him, like some
They
little
put
clip
so
about him,
much-
they just talk so much shit about him. Like he can be on level playing field with any other team in this league right now. And they just annihilate, like it feels like I am watching them crush his spirit.
Yeah.
He looks so miserable.
He looks miserable. He looks disappointed. Get him out of Chicago. I found this article about Caden Gooley.
Mm-hmm.
He has resumed skating.
Sorry.
Whoa, that was crazy. That was actually insane.
I don't know how I did that.
I don't know how you did it either.
I wonder what that's going to sound like when you listen to that during editing.
I'll play it for you. My ears are currently ringing. Kent Hughes has said that he is unsure whether or not Gooley can return this season.
That's
said
fair.
that even if he is ready towards the end, he's unsure if they'll push him back into action if the Canadians fall out of the playoff race, which I feel like is fair.
Babe, if we're going to go to the playoffs, why would we push?
They're kind of doing enough to get them to the playoffs almost.
Habs to the wild card position, please. Please.
Yeah.
Wild card,
Oh my
please.
gosh, please.
I beg of you.
So
I deserve it. Okay, that's all the updates I really wanted to talk about. Do you have
Okay.
anything?
no, I'm still like reeling from the anger that surged through me at Connor Bedard's team. I really didn't think that I felt that strongly about it, and then I threw my.
And another thing.
It's like, and also.
How dare you?
No, that's all I have.
Okay, well, let's quit stalling. Talk about the Staal family.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Okay. I just want to say I feel bad for their youngest brother.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, the research I did, it kind of seems like he didn't really do much. Now he's a coach.
Well, not everyone
But-
can be a player. Someone's got to be the coaches.
Yeah.
And not
So-
everyone can be great. Some people just got to be, all right.
Yeah, all right.
It's so hard to make it in the NHL. I say as someone who can't even skate on ice. You don't understand.
You don't understand.
It's so hard.
So we'll start with their parents,
Mm-hmm.
Henry and Linda, both children of Dutch immigrants.
Lovely.
Into Canada, by the way. They own a sod farm in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Do you know what sod is?
Yes.
Okay, I just like to check sometimes. So the boys actually grew up working on the farm.
That explains so much.
Yeah, it does. And their parents would pay them into a bank account, like, for themselves.
Oh, cute.
So it was nice, but
they got
their
paid
dad's
to do chores? Huh.
right.
concept.
It's kind of crazy.
Write that down. Write that down.
But Henry, the dad, said if they wanted to buy something, they had to earn it. So it was kind of a life lesson in and of itself. And then they got labor.
Mm-hmm.
They intentionally wanted to raise leaders. And even in the little leagues, the majority of the boys wore a C.
Oh.
So it's very sweet. And Henry actually played university hockey for the Lakehead Thunderwolves, wearing the number 12.
Cute.
The same number that Eric picked.
Yeah.
Which is so cutie.
God, I remember his uniform, his jersey retirement.
We love it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's 4 sons in age order.
Interesting.
Right?
I only knew about 2 of them.
Yep. So Eric is the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Marc, Jordan, and then Jered is the baby.
Jordan's a middle child. That explains so much.
Yeah.
Mostly why I like him.
Yeah, it does explain a lot. There are no Libras. I have written down their star signs for you, though.
Lame.
I
But
know.
that's very sweet of you to write that down.
Of course, because I knew you were going to look it up, and I just was going to cut out the middle bit.
Thank you.
So the oldest is Eric, born in October 29th, 1984. Just barely.
Almost a Libra.
Barely not a Libra. He is a Scorpio. His junior hockey career began in 2000 when he was drafted by the OHL 13th overall in the first round as a priority selection. I had to look up what this was because I was like, what is a priority selection? It's exactly what it sounds like. The OHL scouts rank all the players that are eligible for the draft, and they say these are the best ones.
It's very straightforward.
It is actually extremely straightforward. Apparently, their dad didn't think he was ready yet, but nevertheless, he was drafted and went and played. He finished his first season with 49 points in 63 games, and then the next season finished with 62 points. So it does appear as though he was ready.
He was very good.
Yeah. In the 02-03 season, he actually led the team with 98 points.
How old was this again?
This was like 17? That was actually... maybe it was 18. That was actually his draft year. He was drafted second overall by the Carolina Hurricanes.
Who came first in the draft?
I'm so glad you asked. Marc-Andre Fleury.
Okay. That's warranted. Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's actually valid.
Yeah.
What would have been his second season in the NHL was the lockout. So he spent it with the Canes AHL team, which I think was probably such a good call. A lot of people went abroad and played, but to be with that underage team helped him develop a little bit more.
Yeah.
So then we fast forward to the 05-06 season. He finished with 45 goals and 100 points.
God.
In the league's top 10 players of the season, and took the Canes to their second Stanley Cup final ever, alongside Rod Brind'Amour, who scored the game-winning goal to send them to the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
That can make me emotional if I really thought about that.
I know. It's actually insane. In the finals, they defeated the Oilers in 7 games for the first and only so far Stanley Cup to the Hurricanes.
History.
It just makes me happy.
They did what none other could do.
I know. So one thing about the Staal brothers, they're not going to miss a game unless they absolutely have to.
No, they'll be on death's door playing. It's insane.
Yes. Between 2004 and 2009, he played 349 consecutive games.
Absolutely not.
That is crazy to me. In 2009, they played in a game versus the Devils titled Shock at the Rock.
I don't remember that.
It's okay. I'm going to tell you about it.
Okay.
In round 1 of the playoffs versus the Devils, 2009, again, this is a game 7. The Devils had to lead the majority of the game, but with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the third period, the Canes scored a goal to tie the game. Then Jered Staal scored the game-winning goal with 31.7 seconds left. It was it was a big out of nowhere game win. They then went on to the conference finals, losing to the Penguins. Tracks for that era.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
And then these are just some high notes. He replaced Rod Brind'Amour as team captain. Rod Brind'Amour took the A because he was retiring at the end of that season. Which is kind of interesting to me, but
them.
I do love them too.
I love them. And like the Rod Brind'Amour of it all, like, ugh.
Yeah. I will say by 2016 he was struggling a bit offensively. Not a bit, a good bit offensively, and
He's been playing a while.
Was traded to the Rangers.
God.
Now, Mark, his brother, was playing for the Rangers at the time.
Oh.
He didn't perform well there either, and he actually signed a 3-year deal with the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he got back in a groove of things. He was back to 65 points a season and then 76 the next. Prior, he had like 20 points.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But he became the second NHL player to have 40 goal seasons more than 9 years apart from each other. I love those kind of statistics.
That's a weird stat.
No, I love those though, because it's like, wow, you did it when you were 18 and apparently you can do it when you're 30 as well.
Exactly.
The only other player that has done that was Gordie Howe.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks, definitely.
Yes. 2019, he became only the 89th player in NHL history to have 1,000 career points, which I guess I didn't realize that was such a small group.
I didn't either.
I kind of thought that
That's
was
an elite
normal.
circle.
Granted, he'd been playing for a long time at this point. So
Yeah.
I guess most people don't play more than 5 seasons.
Do they really?
A lot of people don't play more than 5 seasons in the NHL. They get traded around and sent down, and
How long do you think the Hughes brothers are going to be in?
however long their bodies allow them to, because they're...
Ain't that the freaking truth?
Yeah. Then he was traded from the Wild to Buffalo in 2020, then traded to Montreal in 2021. He kind of tapered off a bit.
Yeah, fair
Played
enough.
a season in the AHL before signing with the Florida Panthers for the 2022-23 season. Retired at the end of that season. We know that
I didn't realize that he like just retired last season.
yeah, he
Essentially.
just retired in 2023.
I had definitely thought he retired a couple seasons ago.
Well, that is a couple
Mostly
seasons
because
ago.
I didn't know anything about him until we were doing his jersey retirement.
Fair enough, though, because 2023 was a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, the Canes, as we know, if you don't, you should, but that was aggressive.
You're about to know.
You're about to know. The Canes signed him to like a 1-day contract so that he could officially retire as a Cane. They retired his jersey. They had a whole ceremony.
It was beautiful. It was so emotional.
It was great. I loved it.
God.
Yeah. One other thing that he did.
That and the Joe Thornton jersey retirement are my favorites
Yeah.
thus far.
Agreed. 2022, he did captain Team Canada for the Beijing Olympics.
Oh, period.
They only finished 6th, but it's fine. He is a member of the Hockey Triple Gold Club.
What is that?
I'm so glad you asked, because I had never heard of this before.
Yeah.
It's winning an Olympic gold medal, a World Championship gold medal, and a Stanley Cup. So he won gold in the 2010 Vancouver Olympics. He won the 2007 World Championship, and then he has the 2006 Stanley Cup.
Absolutely pop off, my guy.
Right? It's kind of crazy.
Prince Eric in the house.
He does hold some records for the Canes.
Yeah, I doubt.
A record for the most hat tricks in a single season with 4 in the 08-09 season. He has a franchise career postseason points total of 43, which was, or is the most, whatever. And then,
Whatever, very casual.
And then he holds the record for the consecutive games played with the 349 games.
That's just so many. Like, I don't
That
know.
is so
I
many
would have.
games.
I'm built lazier than that.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. He spent 21 seasons in the NHL, 12 of them with the Canes. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
21 seasons is a long time.
That's longer than Connor Bedard's been alive. Or either of the twins.
I'm going to need to sit with that. That makes me so ill.
I know.
I'm so old and decrepit. I don't know how my body isn't breaking down already.
He played a total of 1,365 games.
God.
With 1,063 points in his career. He's the only brother to get to play with all of the brothers at some point in time.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I said Quinn Hughes is punching a wall somewhere in Vancouver.
Quinn Hughes is punching a wall with his good hand.
Both hands. He's actually headbutting the wall. And that's Jered Staal. We knew a good bit about him.
I didn't know any of that. I just knew he paid for the Canes and was apparently good enough to have his jersey retired.
Yeah.
So this is all news to me.
We knew a good bit of it.
I didn't even know he was the oldest.
It honestly makes a lot of sense that he's the oldest.
Oh, yeah. He's very oldest sibling coded.
Yeah. Second oldest is Marc, born January 13th, 1987. Capricorn,
Fair enough.
I guess. He's the only... I just assume everybody born in January is an Aquarius, but I'm realizing now that that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the only defenseman of the brothers and the only brother to not play with the Canes at some point in time.
Oh, wow. I guess I didn't realize that this really was a pipeline.
Oh.
Staal family to the Canes.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, that's becoming very clear to me.
He was drafted second overall into the OHL as well in 2003 as a priority selection. You'll sense a theme. He played 4 seasons in the OHL with the Sudbury Wolves, was captain, and led them to their first OHL finals in 30 years.
They love to see a Staal come in. They're like, ooh, captain on board.
Give it to me.
Captain, my captain.
He was then drafted into the NHL 12th overall by the Rangers in 2005. He didn't immediately make his debut to the Rangers. Instead, he went and won gold with Team Canada at the World Juniors in both 2006 and 2007.
Okay, flex on him. Yeah. Okay, sir.
He and Jered, the youngest, both played for the Wolves at that time as well, which is so sweet.
That is very cute. I love to see brothers unite.
Yeah. He won Most Outstanding Defenseman in the 2006-07 season, and the Wayne Gretzky 99 award for MVP of the OHL playoffs.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of crazy.
So he was a very good OHL player.
Yes. In 2007, he made his NHL debut, tallied his first NHL point for an assist on a deflected goal by Chris Drury.
Wow. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Get out of my face!
He was then named...
How's Jack?
Please, how is he? Is he okay?
Is he?
Can we do a wellness check on him?
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
Apparently we're the problem at the Canes.
Yeah, screw me. He was named alternate captain in 2010 at just 23 years old. He did have a concussion in 2011 while fighting for possession of a puck in a game versus Carolina.
Oh.
He received a hard shoulder check and was slow to get up. He didn't miss a game. He had actually a career high season after that.
He said, I might not know where I am right now, but I'm about to win this thing.
Prior to the next season's training camp, it was revealed that he had post-concussion symptoms.
Yeah, no
It
crap.
delayed his start until January of that season.
I think that's really freaking funny. We tracked it down in the postseason. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Jered Staal is the one that threw that hit, by the way.
Because I was about to ask, what was Eric's reaction? Oh my God. Did he, publicly apologize?
Oh, I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure he said, text was like, my bad, bro.
Next time, move.
I'm the oldest bitch.
I'm the eldest boy.
I'm the eldest boy.
Never even watched that show.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
Succession.
Oh, I just thought it was funny.
Thank you. It's not my line.
Another injury that he received in 2013 in a game versus the Flyers. This was pre-visors being mandatory.
Ooh.
A puck was deflected into his eye.
No.
Tearing his retina as well as causing an orbital fracture. Ended his season outside of one playoff game where he came back out, played a game, and then decided he wasn't actually ready to play a game yet and left. When he did return, he had a visor.
Yeah, are you good?
How's that?
Are you okay, Mark? I'm so worried about you.
Yeah, that's a brutal injury. That's such a dangerous injury, too. People go blind.
Really? Do they?
From torn retinas? Yeah. They do. Okay, I don't know, actually. The way you're looking at me makes me feel like I'm an idiot.
That's just my face. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know either. And then
they can fix a retinal detachment. It is very painful, though.
Is it?
Yeah. Per my textbooks. Personally, haven't experienced one yet.
I hope I never do.
Seen a lot of orbital wall fractures, in my career thus far as a nurse.
That's brutal.
That's fine. There's way worse things that can happen. Walk it off. Not you, Mark, but just a generalized. Get it fixed, Mark.
2020, the Rangers traded him to the Red Wings. He had been one of the longest tenured players in Rangers history.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Considering I didn't
But
even
the
know
Rangers
you
don't really.
existed.
Well, the Rangers don't really have loyalty either, so it doesn't surprise me that
No.
they're like, you've been here almost as long as anybody else, literally.
And their
longer than
aggressive
anybody
style
else.
of play is not conducive to the longevity of a person's career.
No, but I feel like the Red Wings is an equal trade.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
just
better
historically
than,
speaking and also current, they're also a bit aggressive.
yes. In 2022 with the Red Wings, he played his 1000th NHL game.
God dang. Pop off, second child.
Him, Eric, and Jordan, I think this is still the case. I don't know if this still hold this record, but they are the only trio of brothers to play 1,000 games.
I love that.
Yeah.
There are so many like sibling duos. So many
Yeah.
siblings that play.
Yeah.
So that's a bit surprising.
It is a bit surprising to me as well.
But I guess like most of the time it's 2 brothers, not 3.
Yeah, most of the time too, if it is 3, one maybe doesn't play as long.
One's maybe not that good. One's maybe just all right.
Yeah. The 2022 postseason, he was signed as a free agent to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Where him and Eric got to play together.
I just think that's so cute.
Isn't it? And then in the 2003-2004 season, so last season, he signed a 1-year deal with the Flyers. He retired at the end of last season.
Oh, I was like, wait a second. Is this guy still playing?
Is he still here?
Are
Is
you
this
Marc?
show about us?
Marc?
No, he retired at the end of last season after 17 seasons in the NHL, 13 consecutive seasons with the Rangers.
And he was born on a 13, so that's kind of his lucky number.
Oh, he was born on a 13. Good
Good for him.
He played in a total of 1,136 games. The Rangers actually brought him in as a player development assistant. So that's where he's working now. The Sudbury Wolves did retire his jersey as well.
Cute.
And then he married his high school sweetheart in 2011, by the way.
Shut up.
And that's just a little nod, yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
One thing I will say about this family, they keep their family life outside of sports very private. And I support the heck out of it.
I think that's fine. I'm so nosy. I want to know every detail, but I'm also like, if I was in their shoes, I'd be like,
yeah.
What does it matter?
Yeah.
Why do you need to know who I'm dating or what I'm doing?
No, I agree.
Leave me alone.
Well, now we're to Jordan, the third brother.
I know him.
You do know
I'm familiar
him.
with his game. I think
Jordan,
I'm about to find out.
Born September 10th, 1988,
Dang.
a Virgo.
He was almost a Libra too.
He is nicknamed Gronk from his time with the Penguins. I've never heard the Canes call him that. And it's not the football player. It's a Marvel villain.
Oh, then I don't. Yeah, I don't get the reference. It's not my place to know. I
It's
just
not
call
my
him.
place.
I just call him Captain.
Yes.
Aside from when I get confused and think Aho's the captain. I don't know why.
I think Aho will be the captain when Jordan retires. Okay, his junior league, he was also drafted in the OHL, priority pick, played for 2 seasons with the Peterborough Petes, which is a mouthful.
That's a lot.
Where he won the J. Ross Robertson Cup. 2006, he was drafted by the Penguins. Did you know that he played for the Penguins?
Nope.
Now you do. He was drafted by the Penguins, 2nd overall as well, which is...
That's their lucky number.
Yeah.
2nd overall.
Which Eric was drafted 2nd overall.
Marc was
No, he
drafted
wasn't.
12th.
Oh, I'm looking at the OHL. Yeah, Eric was drafted 2nd overall. Marc was drafted 12th. He was drafted 2nd. Doesn't matter. He began play immediately with the Penguins.
Period.
His rookie season, he had 42 points in 81 games.
That's not bad for a rookie.
He did the thing as a rookie, actually, as a matter of fact. His first goal was a shorthanded breakaway, which is very fitting because he, as a rookie, became the youngest player to score 2 shorthanded goals in 1 game. He set the record for the most shorthanded goals by a rookie in a single season, became the youngest player to score on a penalty shot, and became the youngest NHL player to ever score a hat trick.
Yeah, so he said the middle child's here.
Yes. Keep in mind, this Penguins team was absolutely stacked.
Yeah.
This was Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Jered Staal.
God, I wish I had been a fan during this time. But unfortunately, I was like in
5.
elementary school.
Yeah.
Or something.
He was nominated for the Calder and named a finalist. Malkin won it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. 2007, he got to play with the World Championship Team Canada in Moscow. He and Eric got to play together and won gold.
On guard, we stand for thee.
We stand on guard for thee.
I will never get it.
The 2008 NHL playoffs, he played against Marc with the Rangers, winning with the Pens, period.
Exactly.
In the 08-09 season, he was given the A. That same season, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals where they faced the Canes with Eric, beating them to move to the Cup Finals. The Pens met the Red Wings in the finals. Now, I don't know if you remember when we talked about the Penguins and the Red Wings, but there was this guy, Marian Hossa, who he was with the Penguins. They played the Red Wings in the finals the previous year. They lost. He said, I'm out. I'm going to the other team.
And then they lost.
And the Pens won that cup. And that's this cup that he was there with the 2009 season.
I think it was a reasonable crash out on his part. I do too. It's just too funny to not laugh at.
It is funny. It is really funny, actually. The Pens won the Stanley Cup in 7 games. He had 3 points in that final series.
Dude.
Yeah.
His family is so talented. What the heck?
It is. And they also play a lot of consecutive games because in the 2010 season, he reached a streak of 358 games played consecutively.
I mean, they're farm strong. There are no days off on the farm.
That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That streak came to an end late in the season when PK Subban accidentally sliced Jordan's foot with a skate. He had to have surgery to repair a torn tendon in his big toe, and he missed some games, bringing that streak to an end. Prior to that injury...
He did not mean it, Your Honor.
He didn't.
He absolutely did not. I know PK. He would never do that intentionally. Not to a Staal.
No. Prior to that injury, he had never missed a game as a Penguins player.
Dadgum.
Which is insane. Then we're at June 2012, and he gets traded to Carolina. 8 days after the trade, he signed a 10-year, $60 million deal, meaning him and Eric actually ended up being teammates for 4 years.
Stop it right now.
Yes.
Did he get to wear an A?
We're not to that yet.
Fair.
Apparently, the Penguins had offered him the same exact deal, and he turned it down. And I don't blame him. Hindsight, that was a really great call.
I think it worked out really well.
Yes, he was named co-captain in 2017 with Justin Falk, and then named captain in 2019. So this is his 6th season?
Yeah.
As captain, which is kind of crazy. I also put a note...
He's so good at it.
Yeah. I also put a note... He's had multiple concussions over the years. Sir, are you okay?
Where are you at right now? What year is it?
What year is it? That's real.
What's your birthday?
He is married to Heather. They have 3 daughters and a son.
Oh my God. He's such a girl dad. Yeah. I knew it. You didn't even have to tell me that.
He is definitely girl dad. He's played over 1,300 games.
God!
Has over 700 career points and is currently in his 19th season. His 13th with the Canes.
Do we think he's going to go for longer than Eric did? He's only got to make it like another 4. That's not correct.
3. I don't know.
Eric, you can do it. Nope. Eric, you couldn't do it. That's fine. You did enough. You did more than enough. Jordan, you can do this. You've got this.
Yeah.
Stay strong. Stay healthy.
Please stay healthy. Speaking of, we didn't touch on it. Andrei Svechnikov is injured.
Fuck me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been really vague. They asked Rod how quickly he will return, and he said Orlov is expected to return quicker. I'm like, okay, can I have an exact date?
And time?
Well, at first they said is like...
Was it his shoulder or what happened to him again?
I think
Upper body, right?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Am I getting?
cannot
No,
find
it was
anything.
Dougie that was upper body.
Dougie's upper body. They haven't said anything about what the injury is, where it is. I think it was lower body, just the way he went down. He had to have his ACL fixed 2 seasons ago. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it's probably got something to do with that. But first ride was like, yeah, he's not expected to return for Friday's game, which, okay, fair.
Valid.
And then to be like, well, Orlov's probably going to return before him. So what is happening? Also, what's going on with Orlov? I know that he's like kind of injured, but I don't know. Is it?
He's less injured.
He's less injured, apparently.
I just want an update on Gooley.
Yeah.
From the Habs. I want to know how he's doing.
Yeah.
I am terrified for him personally, just with what's happened with Gabe.
Yeah, but hey, Jordan had to have a tendon repaired, and he's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
Please, I beg of you.
Okay, the youngest, Jered.
Never heard of him before. So sorry.
That's okay.
Not familiar with your game.
That's okay. He was born August 21st, 1990.
That's our grandmother's birthday.
A Leo.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. He was a priority pick in the 2006 OHL draft. Tracks. Played the 07-08 season before being drafted by Phoenix into the NHL in 2008.
Oh.
I forget about Phoenix.
That's a blast from the past.
Right?
How are my North Stars? My North Stars. If we're talking about forgotten teams.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my babies.
Phoenix shouldn't be as forgotten as it is, because that was last year. But hey.
I had completely... Whoosh.
Yeah, it's been Utah.
I'm like, I don't know who that is. You mean Utah?
You mean Utah?
They were just birthed.
He went in the second round. The only Staal to not be drafted in the first round. 49th
We still
overall.
stuck with number 2.
Yeah. 49th overall. And also the only Staal to not be drafted into the Eastern Conference.
Where was he? Phoenix. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm silly.
No, you're good. He's also the only righty.
Oh.
They're all lefties.
Oh, he's not like other Staals.
He's not like other Staals.
He's totally unique, one of a kind.
Yes. He never actually played for the Coyotes.
What?
Yeah. He kind of split between the AHL and the OHL.
Fair enough.
With the Wolves, the Sudbury Wolves, and the Phoenix AHL team that I didn't even write down the name for.
Sorry about that. You know who you are.
Yeah. So he very much split his time between the minors. Carolina acquired his rights post the 2010 season.
That's very sweet of them.
Yes. And he played for their AHL affiliate, the Charlotte Checkers. And then
That is a horrible name.
Right?
We should check that.
Yeah, it's a bad name.
We should healthy scratch that one.
He played in the ECHL for a while before being loaned to Boston's AHL team. So he really just jumped around the minors, which is fine. He did play 2 NHL games, though, both with the Canes in the 2012-2013 season.
It's only fair.
Yes, and I truly do think that they called him up specifically to play in a game of the Canes versus the Rangers with all of the Staal brothers involved.
So they got all 4, collected all at some point.
So Marc was still with the Rangers.
I understand at that point, but didn't he eventually come? He left the Penguins.
He's the no. Marc played
That
for
was
the
all Jordan.
Rangers and then went to
Didn't he go to the Red Wings after that?
the Red Wings, yeah.
So Jordan's the one that played with the Penguins for a while. Mm-hmm. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. A lot of Staals to keep track of.
Yeah, there are a lot. They called him up for
The
a
Staal
game.
Bowl. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that would have been great
The
to see.
Staal Bowl. I really do think that they only called him up to play
100%.
with all of them because he had 7 points in 52 games so far that season.
And you know what? It's fan service. Thank you.
I'm actually very happy with that decision.
Totally fine with me.
And then he retired from hockey after the 2016-2017 season and began coaching for he was an assistant coach for the OHA Edmonton team. Mm-hmm. And then was assistant coach for the Orlando Solar Bears. Do you recognize that name?
Yeah.
Jim Hughes was a coach there.
I couldn't remember why. Oh, God.
That's why.
Jimmy. Oh, my guy.
He was an assistant coach there for the 2021-2022 season and then started coaching for the Charlotte Checkers for a bit. He is currently head coach of the Savannah Ghost Pirates of the ECHL.
That's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, that is actually a cool name.
The Ghost Pirates. Whew.
I even put a note under that the minor league teams have
Some
really
of them
great
have
names.
way better names.
Some of their names are sick. And then you've got the Charlotte Checkers. Whatever.
Well, they've got the Carolina Hurricanes as their major. You can't have both major and minor names.
Now, don't they have the Chicago Wolfpack?
Yes. I said that with a lot of certainty for someone who did not, in fact, know that, but does suspect so.
Let's talk about the game the Staal Bowl.
The Staal Bowl. Yes, I'd love to.
April 25th, 2013. The Canes played the Rangers. Eric, Jordan, and Jered all played for the Hurricanes at this time because they had just been called up. Playing with numbers 11, 12, and 13.
Oh, my God.
Yep. This was Jered's NHL debut. Marc was playing for the Rangers. They had the starting lineup of forwards be Eric, Jordan, and Jered.
Fan service. We love to see it.
So I love it. That was strictly for the fans, and I wish more teams did that.
I know they were giggling and kicking their feet when they wrote the lineup.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is a good one.
This is going to be so good.
Exactly. I didn't write down who won. The fans won, if we're being honest.
All won,
We
okay.
all won that game. Also, in 2022, for Eric's 1300th game, Panthers versus Hurricanes. So Marc, Jordan, and Eric all got to play against each other during that game. It was
Jered,
sweet. I also don't know
man.
who won.
We don't need to. We all won.
We all won. Also, they have this thing called the Staal Family Foundation. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Why would I have heard of that?
Because they hype that thing up on the broadcast.
I really only listen to Trip Tracy if he's saying something clever. I'm not going to lie.
Fair. Well, it's an organization that the family created to help improve the quality of life for children with cancer and their families.
I'm very pro quality of life.
So I love that. They do have a box. They pan to it a ton at the games. I don't know if it's there every single game or the majority of them, but they have a box. They bring fans out to I
don't normally watch that kind of stuff though. Like if it's not them actively playing on ice, I am normally not really present.
Oh, okay.
I'm like doing something else. You're saying, oh, okay, like you don't know this.
I didn't. I mean, I didn't know that.
She's just in her own world for real.
I am in my own. I'm locked in.
I know you are.
I'm not paying attention to anything other than what
That's how I am with the Devils. I'm like, rewind. Did you see his facial expression? Did you see that?
She really does. And I'm like, okay. I have one more thing I want to talk about.
Lovely.
Eric Staal's bachelor trip.
Interesting.
The summer of 27.
Was he 27 years old?
27.
Lord.
The summer of 2007 is more like it. Keep in mind, at this time, Jered Staal is 18. So he's legal drinking age in Canada, but not the U.S. Well, they happen to be in the U.S. for Eric's bachelor trip, where they were both arrested late at night. They spent the night in jail. They were charged with a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, and obstructing the legal process. Jordan was also cited with underage drinking. Do
you have their mugshots?
I do.
For my viewing pleasure.
Don't read, but yeah, there's their mugshots.
Dude, I'm just saying the genes in this family are literally copy paste.
No, those are the same people.
Yeah, I know. It's like the TikTok audio that's like approved. I don't know. Truly.
Yeah. Jordan was.
They are one person, actually.
They actually look so similar in these pictures. Don't worry. I'm going to put the mugshots up.
It's public knowledge.
If you're listening, you can look on our YouTube. The mugshots will be there. But I have clips from an article.
That is so funny.
Yes.
I was terrified of what their charges were.
They were among 14 arrested.
God.
They were in a Minnesota resort. The Cook County Sheriff's Office said the brothers were among 14 arrested last weekend, which obviously this article is outdated. The authorities received several complaints about screaming, yelling, and playing loud music.
So just me when I'm watching a hockey game.
Yes.
Or taking a shower.
The sheriff said the group was warned multiple times before finally being ordered to leave the resort.
Oof.
At which point the men gathered on a nearby highway and began, quote, harassing motorists.
Oh my God.
Like, what were you doing?
What was your blood alcohol level?
That's what I want to know too.
That doesn't seem very Staal family of them. But also, why would you not just go party in Canada where everyone can legally drink? So they had pretty good lighting on that mugshot. Like, what light did y'all use?
What light did you
Drop the link?
Drop the link in the description.
You have glitched so many times. You won't see this because of the editing, but it has been like when you reboot your computer and nothing works. Like, did you update your settings overnight? Be honest. Did you have an automatic update on yourself?
No, but I didn't take allergy medicine before bed last night, so I do feel a little. So
that's real.
The Carolina GM at the time said, "What is unfortunate is at the end of the day, the entire group was asked to leave the hotel, including Eric and Jordan and some others that had already gone to bed when the first warnings came." Because they came out and they were like, "Hey, y'all got to be quiet." And
Shut up.
And they said, "Okay, got it." And then the cops walked away and they said,
"Turn it up.
I'm a millionaire.
I'm a young money millionaire."
But this guy claims that they had gone to bed, but were kicked out. No, that Jordan and Eric had also gone to bed. They were in the group of people that had gone to bed, but then were arrested. To which I'm like, okay, no, that's not how that works.
I don't believe you.
I don't think that they came and got them out of
said,
bed.
"Wake up! You're going to jail."
But yeah,
rise and shine.
Surprise, surprise. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Or at least it is, because the charges are like, oh, you harassed a motorist and
what were you
probably
doing?
yelled at the cops.
Yeah.
Because you were blackout on your bachelor's weekend.
When I was starting the research, I started with Jordan. And it said, like, essentially, was a really good kid, disciplined.
Caught some charges.
Outside of being arrested in 2007. I said, what? I said, what do you... Wait, let's circle back to
My captain?
Oh, okay. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Who are we talking about next week?
Girl, I can't reveal my sources.
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize it was a touchy subject. Didn't realize you had to subscribe to know.
You do need to subscribe to know. Smash
That's
that
fair.
like button.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Smash a like. We appreciate it. Drop a comment as long as it's in good spirit.
If
And by
it's
good
not,
spirit, I mean nice.
Yeah. If it's not, I will delete it.
Poof, like it never happened.
It never happened. You dumb bitches. Oh, where'd that
Oh!
go? That's crazy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so. I need people to stop getting injured. That's my main highlight of the week. I'm tired.
So were they.
I know. I need the Devils to figure their crap out.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
I need all of my players to recover immediately post-haze.
Yeah.
I'm talking spontaneous healing overnight.
Yeah, I'm ready for the playoffs.
I'm excited for the playoffs. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see who gets the wild card spots.
Dude, who do you think it's going to be? Habs and who?
I don't like to say things because I don't want to jinx it. Because the second I talk positively about anybody, they start dying off.
By dying off, she means injured. And starts losing games.
That's exactly what I meant.
Okay, that's fine. All right, well, we'll see you next episode. Bye now.
Bye.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.